The next wave of games are placing a strong emphasis on visual realism and detailed world design. These titles highlight advanced lighting, lifelike environments, and more natural character animation. Across different genres, they focus on creating more convincing, grounded experiences. Let's get into it. Tides of Annihilation is a fantasy action-adventure set in a ruined modern London after an invasion from another realm. Players control Gwendolyn as she fights through large groups of enemies using hack-and-slash combat while summoning spectral knights based on Arthurian legends. Each knight has different skills, allowing players to build a custom order and combine abilities for coordinated attacks. The game also features battles against massive knight-like giants that can be climbed and fought across their bodies. Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet is an action-adventure game set thousands of years in the future, where bounty hunter Jordan A. Munn becomes stranded on the isolated planet Semperia while tracking a criminal syndicate. Players control Jordan as she searches for a way off the planet, uncovering the planet's past and the beliefs that shaped its people. Combat features close-range fights against hostile blade-wielding robots while moving through dangerous locations alone.
Jordan?
Tell me something good.
Well, you're right, it checks out. He's hiding out around the Superior Moon.
Excellent.
How is that excellent? He's next to fucking Semperia. No one has left that planet in over 600 years. Anyone who even flies close to it is never heard from again.
Superstitions.
No. Superstitions are the crazy rumors about what happened on that planet. These are facts.
You worry too much.
You know what I worry just the right amount. I say, we wait for him to leave, or how about we find a new lead? He's not worth it. I'm wasting my time, aren't I?
Can you please claim him? I don't need another hunter swooping in.
Who is swooping? No one is crazy enough to go there.
He clearly is.
He is clearly desperate.
And so am I, so claim him, or I will find another agent.
Anyone else will deal with your fucking shit. Okay, alright, you know what? There, you're the boss.
Thank you.
Listen, kid. I'll see you on the other side.
A Pacific submarine station has gone dark. Last report suggests miners dug too deep and may have uncovered something they weren't meant to find.
Cthulhu: The Cosmic Abysses is a first-person adventure where players investigate the disappearance of miners at a deep-sea station in the Pacific. You control Noah, an occult investigator working with an AI companion named Key to search the ruins of the sunken city of R'lyeh. Gameplay revolves around gathering clues, solving puzzles, and choosing different paths through a branching narrative. As you descend deeper, strange events and cosmic horrors begin to affect Noah's sanity.
Station, Noah.
What the hell happened here?
Bringing me to where you are.
What
All this.
This is strange. It doesn't feel right.
Shadow Projekt is a narrative-focused horror first-person shooter set during the final years of the Soviet Union. Players join an American team sent to destroy secret facilities linked to human and animal experiments. The game moves through forests, abandoned villages, mountains, and underground complexes while using historically accurate weapons. Combat includes encounters with mutated creations, and players must manage limited ammunition, customize weapon attachments, and search each location for supplies and paths forward.
Everyone, my name is Maciej Suecki. I am the game director of the upcoming Frostpunk 1886. And today I would like to take you behind the scenes of the project.
Frostpunk 1886 is a city-building survival strategy game where players rule New London during a deadly global winter. As the captain, you manage resources, assign jobs, and pass laws to keep citizens alive around a massive generator. The game introduces new events, buildings, technologies, and a new purpose path that changes how society develops. Every decision affects morale, order, and survival as the city struggles against extreme cold and limited supplies.
The game in a major way. We can show you a sneak peek into this process today. One of the biggest areas we are focusing is the people of New London. The first Frostpunk was all about the individual survival of your citizens, and we want to take you even closer to them. One idea that we are currently exploring are improved animations and the use of motion capture. This will let us show you more expressive behaviors and as such gives more personality to the citizens. We are upgrading the lighting system to enhance the city's atmosphere and highlight the harsh frozen feel of the Frostland. We're also upgrading building textures to give New London a more grounded feel and players a more immersive experience. Keep in mind that we are still about 2 years ahead of the release, so everything you are seeing here is early in the development. And there's much more we'll be showing you in the future updates, so stay tuned. Be sure to wishlist the game and see you back where it's all began in New London 1886.
Blood, you are Gunnar Gripsson, son of a murdered Jarl, and you are driven into exile.
Norse Oath of Blood is a turn-based tactics game set in Viking Age Norway, where players control the exiled warrior Gunnar. The game combines settlement management with strategic battles, as players build a village, assign villagers to jobs, and gather resources. Combat uses grid-based encounters where positioning, terrain, and unit abilities decide the outcome. Warriors can be recruited, trained, and equipped with different gear, allowing players to shape their tactics while pursuing revenge against a rival clan.
Seamstress and can make your clothes. But first, you will deal with the brigands, yes?
Yet it is your warriors who will win your glory. With your Drengers, you will hold the line, protecting your more vulnerable units, or charge headlong into battle. outnumbered, unleash your wreckers, cleave through the enemy's ranks, and send your foes to Helheim. Your strong-armed heartseers drive their spears through the press, turning the blood tide in your favor. Your sister, Sigrid, fierce as Freya, and her fellow bogmarters send their arrows like a deadly rain. Guard them well, and victory will come more swiftly. But no warrior strikes fear like that berserker. Filled with Odin's frenzy, they charge, smashing shield and bone alike. The sight of them alone breaks weaker hearts. The gods will be watching. They will weigh your every choice. Will you fall forgotten? Or will you earn your place in Valhalla, your oath of blood fulfilled?
Thou shalt not kill. So the priests tell us.
Chronicles Medieval is an action strategy sandbox set in a large medieval environment where players create a character and rise from a low rank to a powerful commander. Gameplay includes melee combat, recruiting soldiers, and leading armies in field battles and sieges. Players manage resources, build castles, and expand their influence across the land. The game combines character progression, army management, and large-scale warfare where tactics and decisions shape power and territory.
I became like them. I took up the sword, prayed I could win redemption through my deeds. But some paths, once taken, have only one ending. I shall find no peace. On this road, there is only death. But that's just my story. Go write your own.
Stranger Than Heaven is a third-person action-adventure set across multiple time periods in early 20th century Japan, following the story of Mako Daito. Players engage in close-quarters boxing combat along with firearms and improvised weapons while using the environment during fights. The game also includes decision-based moments that affect how situations are resolved. Survival elements such as hunger and thirst are present, alongside investigative segments that reveal details about each era and its conflicts.
Got a name?
Mako Daito.
Daito. A Jap then, huh?
Don't I look like one?
You're not? So, what are you then?
Sana. 俺が知りてえや。
Beast of Reincarnation is an action RPG set in a post-apocalyptic Japan, where players control Emma alongside her companion dog, Ku. Combat combines real-time sword attacks with command-based abilities for Ku, allowing coordinated actions similar to turn-based systems. Players can customize skills, gear, and spirit stones to shape different combat styles. The game revolves around traveling across ruined landscapes, fighting powerful bosses, and collecting their abilities to confront the Beast of Reincarnation.
Hi, my name is
Super Meat Boy 3D is a precision platformer where players control a small cube of meat trying to rescue his kidnapped girlfriend. The game shifts the classic fast-paced formula into a fully three-dimensional space, with levels filled with saw blades, collapsing platforms, and other deadly traps. Players must rely on tight movement, wall jumps, and quick reactions to survive each stage. The game also includes boss fights, hidden secrets, and harder challenge levels.
Our goal is to capture the speed, flow, and intensity the series is known for, and bring all of that into a new dimension. We've worked closely with Team Meat, the original creators of the game, to make sure Meat Boy feels just right in 3D. His movement, responsiveness, and momentum are key to getting that authentic Meat Boy feel. One of the core mechanics of the franchise is wall movement, especially vertical wall jumps. It's a big part of what makes the level design so dynamic. Translating that into 3D meant we had to evolve the system, and one of the biggest additions is dynamic horizontal wall running. This lets us fully embrace 3D level design. You won't just go left to right, you'll move in every direction. You can now seamlessly combine vertical and horizontal wall moves, chaining them together for stylish, high-speed traversal. We've also added an in-air dash, which gives players more control and speed. It allows for sharper movement, easier wall grabs, and faster flow through levels. The game starts off accessible, but it doesn't take long before things get tough as nails. Reaching the end will, for most players, be doable with some dedication. But if you're a completionist aiming to conquer every timing challenge, find every collectible, and get all the achievements, expect a serious test of skill. Thanks for watching.
Projekt Z Beyond Order is a first-person zombie shooter set around World War II, where players fight the undead as one of 4 survivors with unique abilities. The game includes cooperative missions, character skill trees, and a progression system tied to each role. Players collect resources, craft equipment, and customize weapons using blueprints found during missions. A central hideout allows upgrades, gear management, and preparation before returning to the island for more objectives. Unrecord is a single-player tactical first-person shooter shown entirely from a police body camera perspective. Players take the role of an officer investigating criminal cases while using careful movement, precise aiming, and realistic combat tactics. The game includes dialogue choices that can change how situations unfold, even during firefights. Each mission mixes gunfights with investigation, as players gather information, question suspects, and navigate dangerous encounters.
This is Dr. Maya Joshi. I've been left behind on Isla Nubla. The actual journey.
Jurassic Park Survival is a single-player, first-person action-adventure set on Isla Nublar after the events of the 1993 film. Players control InGen scientist Dr. Maya Joshi, who must survive on the island after being left behind during the evacuation. Gameplay revolves around stealth, distraction, and careful movement to avoid dangerous dinosaurs with adaptive behavior. Players search the park for tools and resources while navigating locations like the visitor center and other facilities.
I think she takes risks. She steps outside of her comfort zone. It's just nice to represent a woman who is not only shares the same background as me, but also to play someone who is very strong. I feel like I'm learning a lot about myself, to be honest. She's very inspiring, and she has a lot of admirable traits. Jurassic Park is so loved. You want to do the character justice, you want to do the game justice. I think that I'm standing on the shoulders of some of the coolest female characters in cinema history. It's incredible.
So, how did it feel to learn the truth about the night sky tragedy?
ArcheAge Chronicles is a massively multiplayer action RPG set in the land of Aurora, where players arrive as pioneers working with a trading company. Gameplay combines real-time combat with different weapon types, including melee, ranged, and magic, along with movement abilities such as dodging, blocking, and parrying. Outside combat, players can gather resources, craft items, build homes, farm land, and trade goods. The game also includes cooperative activities and conflicts with other players across shared territories.
Your kind. Prove yourself. If you survive this trial,
Reaper Actual is an open-world persistent shooter where hundreds of players deploy onto the island of Morova and fight both rival players and 5 NPC factions. Players control elite operators called Reapers, complete missions, gather gear, and extract safely to keep their equipment. Each player maintains a base used for resupply, upgrades, and mission planning. Progression includes leveling operators, weapons, and gadgets, while moving across different biomes and encountering dynamic PvPvE combat.
Another beautiful day in Norse.
The Guild Europa 1410 is a medieval life and economic simulation where players control a family and build a lasting dynasty. You start with a small profession, run workshops, produce goods, and trade them across the city to grow wealth. The game also includes politics, where players can run for offices, influence laws, or use bribery and blackmail. Different paths such as honest trade, diplomacy, or criminal activity shape the family's power in future generations.
Or thief. But I decided to uphold the law. The town flourished with culture and business. But not everyone played fair. In the most unlikely of situations, I fell in love. Over the years, I secured my succession. And my hard work paid off. But times were not always good. War and famine brought hardship. And hardship brought back my old enemy. I learned that politics is a dirty game, and even small crooks can become powerful. But I've always wanted justice. Which path will you choose?
Deer and Boy is a cinematic platformer where a runaway boy forms a bond with a young fawn during a silent adventure. The story is told without dialogue, relying on visuals, music, and character actions. Gameplay includes platforming, environmental puzzles, and cooperative moments between the boy and the animal. As the fawn grows into a deer, new abilities are unlocked, changing how the two characters move, solve obstacles, and protect each other. Operation Stutter is a first-person psychological horror game set inside a secret Cold War research bunker where reality begins to distort. Players explore corridors and laboratories while solving environmental puzzles and uncovering classified documents and audio recordings. A film camera is used to reveal hidden messages and strange anomalies, but film is limited, so each shot must be used carefully. Combat is rare, with scarce ammunition forcing players to manage resources while confronting disturbing creatures.
Bodies have been swollen and deformed. It's deteriorating. People need to know about this. People need to know about this. We're desperate here. The operation is getting out of... What is this? Hey! Who are you? I can't breathe! I don't want to die!
A ghost of my former glory.
Time Takers is a third-person, team-based shooter where time acts as the main resource for survival and progression. Players collect time energy during combat and decide whether to spend it on abilities, upgrades, or reviving teammates. Each character has a unique skill, but weapon and app choices allow different builds in every match. Team coordination and timing are important, as squads manage their resources and fight to outlast opponents on a constantly changing battlefield.
We were promised to fix our past. I guess that's what we're here to do.
Wild Blue Skies is an on-rail shooter where players pilot aircraft through fixed flight paths while fighting waves of enemies. You control buoy stray and fly across locations such as oceans, deserts, and caves, shooting targets and avoiding incoming attacks. Missions include boss encounters, rival squadrons, and branching routes that lead to different challenges. The game uses simple controls with a score-based system that rewards accuracy, speed, and careful movement during each flight.
Coming up on the islands.
Uh-oh, we've got company! Thanks, Chloe. I thought I was done for.
Vanran is a story-driven, Souls-like action RPG, a journey through hell itself. And
Vanran is a dark fantasy action RPG where players control a former slave who fights with a sealed blade. Combat uses fast, Souls-like mechanics with dodging, parrying, and chained attacks against aggressive enemies and large bosses. The game includes randomly generated dungeons filled with traps, loot, and high-level foes. Progression comes through armor farming and character growth, while story decisions lead to different endings based on revenge or redemption.
Caleb leads a rebellion to end the sacrifice and defend the realm. The rebellion fails, and Caleb himself is cast into hell. There he rises again, not as a slave, but as a warrior driven by vengeance. Vanran's enemy NPCs give the player the advantage in a one-on-one fight, but when they come in groups, especially with mixed classes, they become extremely dangerous. Their AI is designed to counter the player. When multiple enemies are present, they will surround you and coordinate their attacks. If the battle drags on, they unleash relentless combination attacks. The longer the fight lasts, the more it turns against the player, and their patterns become increasingly brutal. The bear you see was once a normal beast, until it fed on the corpses of the kingdom's soldiers and became demonized. In Vanran, you'll encounter far more than just four-legged monsters, demonized humans, beast-like humanoids, and many other races of the demon realm. To bring this world to life, we didn't just design enemies, we created the demon's own language, history, culture, and ecology, and built the environments based on that foundation. Players choose one of 5 combat archetypes. Each archetype grows automatically, developing the character in a distinct way. Less management, more focus on combat itself. At the core of Vanran is its chain mechanism. Chains are not just weapons, they are a core interaction system. They connect to the world, to objects, to enemies, to weak points. In battles against colossal titans, reminiscent of Shadow of the Colossus, Vanran delivers not puzzle gameplay, but true Souls-like action. You parry massive blows, strike armored flesh, climb towering bodies, launch yourself through the air, with chains and grappling hooks. Vanran's story does not lead to a single ending. Player choice shapes the path forward. Who will you save? What power will you accept? Will you abandon your humanity, or hold on to it until the end? These choices alter the world, the fate of its characters, and the final outcome, creating a story that belongs only to you. This
The Lift Supernatural Handyman Simulator is a first-person simulation game set inside an abandoned research facility drifting through space. Players take the role of a handyman who repairs rooms, machines, and electrical systems across different floors. Gameplay involves fixing furniture, restoring generators, building circuits, and crafting tools from recycled parts. A mobile lift acts as the main base while players explore new areas, meet characters, and uncover the events that cause the facility's collapse. War Mechanic is an open-world action-adventure where players control mercenary Jack Wallace on the island of Nordhook. The game combines combat, resource gathering, and base restoration as players reopen a military facility and complete contracts. Energy management is a core system, powering workshops, defenses, and crafting. Players explore different regions, fight robotic enemies, modify weapons, repair vehicles, and uncover secrets hidden across abandoned bases, bunkers, and industrial sites.
We're gonna cut out their living guts and use them to grease the treads of our tanks. All right now, you sons of bitches, you know how I feel. I'll be proud to lead you wonderful guys in battle anytime, anywhere.
Derelicts is a survival game set on a ruined Earth flooded with radiation after a mysterious incident. Players crash on the planet and must gather resources, build a base, and defend it from mutated animals and hostile humans. The game includes crafting, automation, and electricity systems powered by wind, water, and solar energy. Weather conditions affect power production, forcing players to manage resources carefully while exploring the wasteland and searching for the cause of the disaster. Spine, This is Gunfu, is a single-player action game set in a cyberpunk city, where players control street artist Redline alongside her sentient combat implant. The game centers on close-quarters gunfights that combine shooting with melee attacks in fast, choreographed encounters. Players move through urban locations while fighting enemies using weapons, environmental actions, and stylish combat techniques. The story follows Redline as she challenges an AI-controlled regime while searching for her captured brother.
Amateurs. Let's welcome them properly.
Double kill, triple quad kill.
Ascendant is a multiplayer first-person arena shooter where 4 teams compete to capture and secure biocores in a changing battleground. Each match features shifting objectives, random events, and hostile mutant creatures that can disrupt plans. Teams gather power during combat to unlock weapons, items, and upgrades while the match is in progress. The game also includes deep weapon customization and character perks, allowing different strategies as squads adapt to unpredictable situations. Lost Legions is an open-world survival adventure set after the Roman defeat in the Teutoburg Forest. Players control a stranded soldier who must gather resources, craft weapons and armor, and build camps to stay alive. The game includes equipment-based combat with melee, ranged, and thrown weapons, along with dodging and blocking. Players can recruit other legionaries to gather supplies or join battles, while exploring different biomes and searching for the lost Roman banners.
All I ever wanted was to touch eternity for an instant.
Cairn is a climbing simulation where players control mountaineer Ava as she attempts to reach the summit of Mount Cami. The game allows players to climb freely across the mountain, choosing their own routes while managing balance, stamina, and grip. Resources such as pitons, food, water, and medical supplies must be carefully used during the ascent. Players can set up bivouacs, search for supplies, and solve difficult rock sections as each climb becomes a careful test of planning and endurance.
I'm not fooling anyone. There's no way I'll make it all the way to the summit. I'll come down before the end just like everyone else.
Why go up then? I'm just here to climb.
Climbing won't make you rich.
Like for all of us, this is the end of your journey.
There has to be a way.
Tell that to all those who died trying.
Masz. Wstrętna, wijąca się I oślizgła masz. Gdzie ja...
Holstin is a psychological survival horror game set in a small Polish town in 1992, where a strange presence has begun to corrupt people and the environment. Players search for a missing friend while exploring streets, buildings, and dark interiors filled with hostile creatures. The game includes scavenging for weapons and supplies, solving puzzles, and speaking with unstable locals to gather information. Limited resources and dangerous encounters require careful movement and planning to survive.
Dobra, czy zrobię jazdę próbną? Tam jest fajna trasa.
Proszę tego nie robić.
Już kurwa mać, daj kobiecie trochę prywatności.
Cholera jasna, proszę pani!
Przemyśl to.
Welcome to the city of limitless possibilities.
Paradise is a free-to-play life simulation set on a large island where players can move freely through cities, beaches, and rural areas. The game includes activities such as driving cars, completing missions, buying property, and interacting with other players. NPCs use AI systems that allow voice or text conversations, each with their own routines and reactions. Players can earn money, customize characters, and take part in a dynamic economy with legal and illegal activities.
Hey, what's your name?
Hey, not sure if we've met. I'm Thomas. I work over at the shop down the street.
Play and talk with avatars of real influencers, powered by AI.
Hi, I'm Alex. How's it going?
Hi, Alex. I'm Eva. Welcome to the Paradise stage. I'm super excited to hear all about your day.
Get ready for missions, shootouts, jobs, and daily in-game activities. Earn money and crypto to build your empire. Live the life. Buy real estate, businesses, cars, stylish clothes, and more. See you in paradise.